Hello, welcome to Our Japan, your hub for all things Japanese. I'm Kiyoshi, and with me as always is, of course, Roza. Welcome back, episode 3,
here.
Roza.
Hey,
how are you doing?
This is Akino Roza.
How are you doing today?
And Kiyoshi.
Kiyoshi
You gotta say
Parker.
your name.
I guess so. I'm gonna say my whole name.
No, you don't.
Kiyoshi. They can look up my last name elsewhere. But this is Kiyoshi and Roza, and we're back for the 3rd episode. Thanks for anybody who's returning.
Yeah, of course.
We have a good one for you guys today.
They would return after, all that, aperture talk from last time. So today we have an perhaps even more interesting topic to talk about, which is...
More interesting than personalities?
That's right.
Personality changes?
Actually, it's one of my favorite aspects of Japan. It's the toilet.
Is one of your favorite aspects? Oh.
Yes.
Say it again. Say it again.
It's the toilet.
The toilet. And our Japanese word for the day is...
Oh, you guys will never guess what toilet is in Japanese. Kiyoshi, can you do the honors?
Toilet in Japanese is... Toire. Toire.
Is that like a... what is it? Like a train announce voice? Like one of the voices that
Toilet. Yeah, that's exactly how they say it. They never talk about the toilet on there. I've never heard that on the train once.
Yeah, I don't think.
But toilet. So the word toilet is it's French in origin, isn't it?
Is it?
Like they take the French pronunciation of the word toilet and then... Because it's written in katakana, so it's a foreign borrowed word. True. And I believe somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is like the French pronunciation.
確かに, if it was the English pronunciation, it would be toiletto, which it's not.
Toiletto, so yeah.
It is probably the French pronunciation. That's interesting. I never thought about that.
The Japanese word for toilet is...
Toilet.
So when you use toilet, yeah, but when you use toilet, it means like I want to go to the bathroom, right? It doesn't mean like, it doesn't refer to the actual thing.
Yes,
the thing you sit on and.
So like I would say, using the word toilet, it would be it wouldn't be the most, polite form, like not the most ladylike form to say. Just as in English, you can say, well, in English I think it's a little bit harsher. I think in British English, like I'm going to use the toilet or I'm going to use the loo is, very common and casual thing to say. But in American English, I'm going to use the toilet. Sounds very kind of gehin, like unclassy.
Vulgar, yeah.
Vulgar, that's the word. But I think it's not as vulgar in Japanese to say toire, but it's still not the
because that's the word for
it. So like you would say otearai, the restroom. Otearai.
If you wanted to be ultra polite about it, yeah.
Yes. ちょっとお手洗いお借りしていいですか? Could I borrow your restroom? Why am I speaking in a fake British accent?
I'll borrow your restroom.
People who have not been to Japan might be surprised, and I'm totally serious when I say this is one of my favorite aspects about Japan, because the toilets here, like the actual toilets, like I don't mean the restrooms, but the actual toilets, they are like the best.
The benjo.
Yes, the benjo. It's like the best thing ever since sliced bread, I would say. You have the automatic like lid going up and going down. You have the warmed. This is the must-have. It's the warmed seat. Like you can't live without that in the winter. And and like then you have the washlet, the bidet, and that bidet shoots out warm water. You can change the temperature of the water. If it's hot, you can do just cold water. If it's cold in the winter, you want warm water. You don't want cold water against your butt, right? So you change the temperature. And the thing is, this is like the average standard of living. Like, to have this kind of toilet in your house is not like a luxurious thing. It's like,
It's not a luxury, no.
yeah, it's totally normal level. Like,
Could be in standard apartments. Although the apartment I
yeah,
lived in did not have that, but
it might
it
have been an
varies.
older one. Yeah. So like,
It was a little older, yeah.
so it's not everywhere, but it's pretty standard.
It's
And
pretty
like, yeah.
ubiquitous, I think.
And then you
Do
get
you remember
like,
the first time you Do you remember the first time
oh,
you used a Japanese toilet?
it would
What a
have to be,
topic!
it would have to be when I first was living in Kyoto for my tea studies. And
Yeah,
at the time, I wasn't comfortable using the bidet because, like,
yeah. No, I don't think any American is at
yeah, like
first.
it is something you have to get used to, I guess.
I got used
When,
to it really fast.
like, I think once I kind of, because you have to, when you first come here, you kind of have to like orientate yourself, right? Like, what's normal, what's
Yeah,
not normal. Like, so that is one of those things where I think, like, once you kind of get to be around people and like everyone's like, oh yeah, I use the bidet, and like, oh, do you use the bidet? Oh, I use the bidet. And so like, oh, well, I
yeah,
guess it's a normal thing to do, so I guess I'll just use the bidet because everyone else does it, then it's not such a
yeah,
big deal. But like,
yeah.
if you're coming from a place that does not have that kind of culture, then yeah, it can,
You're very shy about it.
yeah.
Americans tend to be outgoing and whatever, but when we use the bidet, the washlet, we revert,
Washlet,
we
yes.
change into a very shy. When even just talking about it, we turn into very shy people.
Are you
I remember
blushing
the
right
first
now?
time. I'm very secure
You
in
are
my
very secure
washlet
in your
usage.
washlet. That's good to know.
Washlet usage. The first time I used it was in. I specifically remember. I believe this is true. I don't think this is a false memory. It was in Shinjuku. My first time in Japan.
Oh, that's not a good
Tokyo
first
Shinjuku.
experience for toilets.
No, no, why? It was fine.
It was fine. It
It was in
wasn't at the
Shinjuku.
station
It
though, right?
was no.
Oh,
The
okay, okay,
stations
okay.
don't have toilets like that. They have like the old school toilets at the stations, right? The ones on the ground and where you have to
Oh
like
well,
squat. And
no. Well, now you haven't been here for a while. So Shibuya
I've
Station,
been there for like yeah.
Shibuya had
Well,
like the
Shibuya
worst.
Station, they really changed, right? They
Well,
like
yeah,
got rid
yeah.
of the whole building and like
It had like the worst smelling toilet, I think. But all of
you
that,
mean
like at the Hachiko entrance, that was like
yeah,
so like I didn't even want to go into the gate through that entrance
yeah,
because the
yeah,
toilet stank so much. But
yeah.
they tore all of that down and everything is new
Oh
now.
wow,
So
at the
clean
Hachiko
toilets.
entrance, really
Yeah,
clean toilets.
a
I
lot
gotta
has
try that
changed.
out. Can't wait. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, the first time I used it was in Shinjuku. It was at that Tokyu Hands, the big building.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, Taka, what's it called? Taka something.
Taka
Anyway,
something. Hmm.
Takashimaya? Okay.
Ah,
The building that has all the stores. And anyway, Tokyu
yeah.
Hands is one of the stores. It was in the Kinokuniya in
Hmm.
that building, and that's the first time I used the washlet. And when
Oh.
I used that washlet, I could not stop giggling for like 5 minutes straight. I giggled like a little happy girl. It was a great experience, and I never went back. I
Oh,
mean, I went back to that Tokyo Hands, or that Kinokuniya, but
for
I
the
never,
toilet, right?
that's in my mind. The feeling I had was just, this is great. This is the greatest thing since sliced bread or whatever.
So
And yeah, I love it.
actually, you reminded me of something that happened a really long time ago. So when I was in
Yeah,
Kyoto, the person I was dating had visited me, and he
yeah.
had never used a washlet before, and like so he was in the bathroom, and all of a sudden like
He's a non-Japanese guy.
he was half Japanese, but in raised in the States.
Okay. Okay.
And so he was in the bathroom, and then all of a sudden I hear a scream.
Screams.
Because, like,
Wow.
he was like,
He must have
ah,
been playing around with those buttons.
it's not, I can't get it to stop. So I guess he pushed the button for the wash lip, but like he didn't know he didn't know which button was to stop it. So that was fun.
Like, I don't blame him. There's a lot of buttons to push, and
There
did
are,
he speak
there are.
or read
No.
Japanese?
No, not at all.
So yeah, if you're not used to that, you just see a bunch of buttons, and you're just like, you just start pushing things, man.
Definitely.
And like, there's the depth, there's the
Yes.
the start button, the stop button. There's the ones for temperature, and there's the one for the bird sounds or whatever, or the babbling brook ones for like the women who don't want to hear.
So
when they try to hide the sound of them pooping.
Or peeing. No, peeing too, though.
Or peeing. That's right.
So this is an
Both,
interesting
just in
this is
general,
an interesting thing that I've noticed happen. So so in the beginning, when I first started living here, I was like, oh, I don't care about the pee sound. Like, I'm not embarrassed about the pee sound. Like pooping I can understand. Like, you don't really want people to hear that, but like people would turn it on even for peeing. And I'm like, why? Like, I don't care. Whatever. But then the longer I lived here, then I started to think, like, wait, what if my pee sound is inconveniencing others? Like, am I being rude by not covering my pee sound?
In the bathroom, though?
Yeah. But that's like a thing you start thinking about, because, like,
okay, yeah.
Wait a minute, everybody's doing that. Is everybody really just embarrassed, or are they doing that because it's meiwaku? It's troublesome for the other person to listen to your pee. And then I started doing that with pee too. So I fully utilize the melody, bird sound, running water sound button now.
I always thought that was a little counteractive, though. Like, once you use that sound, wouldn't that alert people to the fact that you are peeing now?
But they can't hear the pee sound, right?
But I guess not. But they hear the babbling brook sound.
What would you be doing in the stall otherwise?
Right now? I guess so. I guess what's the point? Like, if we know what you're doing anyway, then why have the sound of a babbling brook or a tweeting bird or whatever they play? Just go ahead and let it pee. Let your pee sound fly or whatever. But I understand. That's a trait, a personality trait of Japanese people, I guess.
And toilets.
And toilets, yes.
So now you have like the even higher tech toilets, right? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Elaborate.
Okay, so now there's like toilets that play music just automatically when you go into the stall. And then
what kind of music though?
I think it depends on. No, well, it probably depends on the shop.
Yeah.
The one that I'm thinking of plays like piano melodies.
In the bathroom, you mean, or
in the
out
stall?
Of the toilet?
Out of the toilet.
In the stall?
Yeah.
Each individual toilet?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
So it's like piano music?
Maybe
not
piano or like some kind of melodic, like relaxing music.
I want like death metal to play.
I mean, you could probably program it that way.
Can I program it that way?
You probably could.
Or like hack it and like program it.
I'm sure you could with your skills.
I want like some hardcore death metal, man, when I'm pooping. Oh yeah. Actually, no. I think I would want like that, some enka playing. Because it's Japan, and like some like really traditional enka.
Some enka with your poop?
Playing out of my toilet stall when I'm peeing. That'd be great.
Definitely. Well, I mean, it's something to consider. Yeah, exactly. Then they also have like this automatic, like after each use, it sprays the toilet bowl with like disinfectant automatically by itself.
That I experienced.
And then there's like this blue light. There's like a blue light thingy.
Disinfecting light?
Yeah,
or
and it's
it's not
just
trying to be like Fast and the Furious or like a cool. It's
no,
not
no,
just for
no.
like
It's
being
not
cool
for
for cool
show.
sake,
No.
having a neon blue light coming out of your toilet.
Yeah, no, not just for show. It's for actual disinfecting functionality.
Okay.
But yeah, so the toilets, man, like that's one of the things where like I don't think I could live in another country ever again.
It's when you leave the toilet, it's hard to
Yeah,
go back to anything
it is.
lesser
It is.
because like it's not just the toilets. Like I don't know if this is specifically. I don't think it's a specific Japanese thing. I think they do this in other countries because I heard other stories about when people come to America and use the bathrooms, but like the stall doors or like they
Oh
don't
wait,
go
wait,
all the way to the
we will
ground.
get to that. We will get to that. But one more thing that I want to say before we move on
Okay.
to the stall doors. So like
Yeah.
the toilets themselves, of course, right? But another
Yeah.
thing is like just how clean they are. Like
Oh yeah,
for the
yeah, yeah.
most
They
part,
tend to
like
be,
you can find some
for the
dirty
most part,
ones,
the Western
but yeah,
style
toilets are
robot toilets are clean.
very very
Yes.
clean, very very clean.
The old school ones, the old school style ones, tend to not be that clean.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Unfortunately.
the modern ones, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like it's just the reason why I don't think I could live anywhere else is because I mean, of course, you can always like, install a washlet even if you live outside of Japan, right? You can import it.
I have washlet actually,
Really? さすが.
not imported because they started selling a thing called, well, the company's name is Tushy,
Huh.
and they started selling like it's like a add-on where you have to. It's not electronic. I mean, I think you can buy an electronic one, but then there's one that it works on just on water pressure, and that's the one I have,
That's really
and
cool.
it's still great. There's no seat warmer or anything like that, but it's still great. So yeah, if you go to Japan and you love those toilets and you come back to America, consider buying an add-on. It's kind of inexpensive, 200 or so.
But what sucks is that in Japan, it's like we said, it's pretty common, it's pretty standard to find washlets and clean toilets like everywhere. Whereas
Yeah.
in the States, not so much.
Nope. It's always a precarious situation when you're walking into a public toilet in America. You might get a clean one.
Yeah.
Most often you won't get a clean one. Or it's
So-
the opposite in Japan, where you might
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
not nice one.
But
then
most
for
of the
most
time
part,
you're okay.
Yeah, especially if you go
Yeah.
to like a department store or like
Oh, and
any type of place like that.
we have to mention that like toilets here have their own slippers, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, not public toilets, but like if you go to someone's house,
They usually have
there'll
a
be
pair of slippers
yeah,
for you.
there'll be like a room
Or even if
that's
you go
just
to like
the
a
toilet, and yeah,
if you
there's
go to like an izakaya or something like that, they have like slippers where you can.
only if it's like the washiki style izakaya, right?
Yeah.
Because
I guess
you have
they
your
know
shoes off.
It's not going to be
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, like if you go to someone's house, you
Slippers.
switch to the toilet slippers in the toilet only. Don't take them out of the toilet.
Don't wear them outside.
It's a very common thing. You kind of wear your slippers outside of the toilet if you're not used to it.
Yeah, it's a big no. Just be
But yeah.
conscious of you'll see the slippers. You put them on, and you don't wear them out.
That's right.
You're supposed to only wear them in the toilet.
And
Well, not in
this
the
whole-
toilet, but in the bathroom.
In the bathroom, but it's like it's usually just a toilet. Like it's not. I mean, sometimes it's
Yeah, toilets are usually separated.
yeah.
From
From the bath.
like the shower or
Yeah.
the bathroom or the
we have
bath.
we'll do no. Oh, we need to do a whole nother episode on like baths and onsen, but that's in the future. So
Oh yeah.
there's a lot to talk about there. But so you were
can we get back
saying
to the stall doors?
Yeah, the stall doors. Oh my god. Yeah, for those who are from the States or have been to the States, American stalls have huge gaps underneath and pretty big gaps at the doors,
On the sides.
Yeah.
At the door where you close, yeah.
which is I never really thought
Strange.
well, I never really thought twice about it until like I came here and I was like, Oh,
So you go to a different country
yeah, it's completely closed off. Huh.
and that makes sense.
It
It makes no
does.
sense for there to be any openings anywhere when you're doing your business.
And actually,
It
like
does not make sense.
if you
Is it
then
economic?
if you then get
Like, are you
used
trying to save
to
on door materials?
oh, that could be it. That could be it, I think, actually.
I doubt it. I've been to like a California Adventure, the Disney park here,
Huh.
and they had some stall doors that went all the way to the ground. And it's like, why
Oh,
not do that for every place? Yeah.
that is interesting.
So depending on the place, I mean, you can get that type of door, but like, why is the standard
Yeah.
gaps everywhere? Where people can like peek under, or like kids can peek under, or like people can see you through the stall doors and see you doing your business. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it like to make sure people aren't doing like stuff they're not supposed to be
Like
doing?
drugs or having
I
sex
don't
in
know.
the okay, like why?
I mean,
No, it can't be the reason.
I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of. Like if you don't trust your bathroom goers enough to give them a full covering door, you know?
I guess that makes sense in like schools or something like that. But like your local
Department
mall,
stores, yeah.
give that person like some privacy, man. When they're shopping and they want to take a poop, like give them that privacy.
They deserve
Even
not
in
to be
Disneyland.
They deserve not to be seen through the crevices in the door.
Yes.
That's right.
Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's a weird thing, America, and you need to change your gaps in the bathroom stalls. It's just why? It doesn't make logical sense to me.
Yeah, that's definitely it's something that looking back now is like that is really weird and uncomfortable actually.
Very uncomfortable.
Like I haven't been to the States in 5 years or so, but I think if
it
I
has
were
not
to go
changed.
back, I think I would be like really like I feel violated. Like I don't want to meet eyes with whoever was walking in the
exactly.
Yeah.
If you walk by somebody by a stall and you just like avert your eyes, or not avert, but like you look between the gaps, like on accident, you're gonna meet eyes with somebody while they're doing their number two,
That's
and
definitely
that is crazy awkward.
And it's not where you want to meet eyes with someone for sure, you know?
No.
But yeah, most people would not enjoy that, probably.
There's some people who would probably enjoy that, but I think maybe a large percentage, larger than you would think, probably. Knowing how we are, how Americans are, not just Americans, but some people might enjoy that. But I think the vast majority of our population would not like to meet eyes with somebody while we're doing our business.
Yeah, the only eyes I want to meet doing my business are like my cat. I'll let that slide. My cat is okay. He can.
All right.
He can come and watch because I watch him as he uses his toilet. So it's fair.
That's kinky.
It's not kinky. Have you never had a cat?
I have, but I didn't watch it like poop and pee.
How do you? Oh, it's because you're.
Well, cats do that stuff, away from you. If you do it correctly.
Not if you're in a small Japanese house.
My assessment, I guess so. But like, are you saying you do purposely watch your cat poop and piss?
Not purposefully, but like
the
litter box.
I thought you meant like you were purposely watching your cat like poop.
No. Jeez, how kinky do you think I am?
Oh.
No, but that's a topic for a different episode. But
yes.
My cat's litter box, their litter box is, in the living room. And like, this is another thing. The cats don't go out of, the two rooms, like the living room and the bedroom, because outside of that is like the hallway with the genkan, which is the entrance.
Yeah.
And, we don't wear shoes in the house. So going down to the genkan entrance area, their paws would get dirty, so they don't go out there. So my point is, the litter box is right in my living room, right next to the TV, because rooms in Japan are very small. And So, they're doing their business and our eyes meet. So, I will allow my cats to watch me do my business. It's only fair. It's a fair trade.
Okay.
Why are we talking about this? See what you do, Kiyoshi?
Hey, this was your idea. No, but it's a very interesting topic, actually. I mean, there's a lot of content about Japanese toilets on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
People talking about it on podcasts, but everybody likes to watch all of that content. It's a very interesting
I bet.
difference between our cultures.
I mean,
right?
it really is incredible. Like,
It's incredible. The differences are crazy.
yeah.
And I have some friends who are kind of reticent about, or like they still like, they'll be like, I would never, even if I went to Japan, I'm not going to use that type of toilet. And it's like, nah, you got to use it once, and you'll see how
you don't
the
have
difference it would make
to.
in your life.
You don't have to,
You
but
don't
like,
no, you don't. Of course, nobody's forcing you with a gun to your head.
but like, if you don't, hey, you're the one missing out. Like,
you're not experiencing one of Japan's like most important,
one of life's
features.
most fantastic
yes
features, I would say, because
one of life's, definitely.
I mean, like, who doesn't want a clean butt after your business, Like, how can you be unhappy?
Some people probably would not mind.
Okay. Let's keep the kinky talk out of this.
Hey, I'm just pointing out. I don't want to alienate anybody. Some people who might be into that type of thing, but I think
most
for the
people,
most part,
enjoy a clean buttocks. So it's really
yeah.
it's really an incredible invention. This
saw
Japanese
something
toilet.
recently.
What's
I
that?
saw something recent, or I heard something about somebody talking about. I can't remember if it was a tweet or like something on a podcast, but it was secondhand, and it was a husband and his wife, and the wife had confessed to the husband that she didn't poop in the toilet. This is America. She didn't poop in the toilet. She pooped in the shower and then just stomped it down the drain.
No, why would you say that on this podcast? Why, Kiyoshi?
It's our safe space. It's our safe space. And I was now I'm thinking like this, she would really benefit from a washlet. She wouldn't have to do that anymore. I think she was doing it so she wouldn't have the sound of pooping.
It was the sound.
Go out into the world.
The sound was the problem.
This is my assumption. She
didn't
say that.
Maybe it was, wanting the clean feeling after.
That too. That's what I mean. Like, if you had a washlet, you can clean it without having to jump into the shower and wash your butt. Because I also heard a lot of people, they don't wipe. They take a poop and then they jump into the shower.
Oh.
Even if it's at like a different person's house, they jump into the shower and then they wash it away.
Interesting.
And it's like, if our culture had adopted washlets earlier on, we wouldn't have people stomping their poop down the shower drain.
That is very true. That is
right.
An important point to make that I wish I did not have to hear. I may have nightmares about this tonight, so we'll see.
You only have yourself to blame, Rosa.
Why me? I have you to blame.
You brought up this topic.
Hey, I did not mention.
It reminded me of that story.
Stomping any kind of poop in the shower.
It brought up this memory, and that's your fault.
I need to be careful about what memories of yours I bring up. That is.
You're learning.
Definitely food for thought, considering topics in the future.
Oh yeah. Is there any place in Japan that has stalls like ours?
So I have heard
large gaps.
I have heard that at one point, I don't know if this is still true, but like a Costco in Japan had gapped stalls.
So it was one Costco or all of the Costcos?
I'm not sure. It might have been all, it might have been one, but like it was an issue to the point that like there was an article about it and like people were like complaining to get it changed. So
wow.
Stall gaps don't fly in Japan. People like their privacy.
Oh, I'm glad they complained.
Yes.
Do you think that was like they tried to be like authentic to the American experience? Because
Yeah,
Costco in
maybe.
Japan,
Or
I've been there and then I've seen footage of people there, and it feels on the inside, it feels like an American Costco.
yeah, so like
I'm thinking like,
I've never actually been to a Costco here, but
oh, really?
yeah, but I imagine that they probably have like a blueprint of their store, like the way it's, built. And so they just
Yeah.
copy and pasted it to the store in Japan.
It does feel like that. Like that doesn't sound like strange. That
And it's
feels
probably
like
a conscious
could be that way.
decision, but
To be like, oh, these Americans, they like these gaps in their toilet stalls. Let's install these gaps in ours too.
the toilet gap's definitely not a wise decision in Japan, for sure.
So that's a thing we learned today. If you go to Japan, you will not
Have to endure
risk
gaps in the
have to
toilet
endure
stalls.
strangers looking into your eyes
That's
as
right.
you take poops.
That's right. And you can cover your
Take that
poop
into
sounds.
consideration.
You can cover them
You
with
cover your poop sounds
melodic,
babbling brooks
babbling brooks and birds singing and,
and tweeting birds and death metal. And
no death
enka,
metal yet.
If you want to, no, not yet. Okay.
Not yet. You have to kind of bring that in probably.
I can provide that myself. Like I
Yeah.
can just take out my phone while I'm doing it and just blast that like hardcore punk.
You know what's funny? That would probably be considered meiwaku. Interesting.
But not a babbling brook.
Not a babbling brook.
Oh, man.
If it's because it's not coming from the toilet,
I guess
You-
they don't,
you-
they
you
don't
would-
know. Like I could
you would
hacked
have
it.
to. I don't know. It sounds a little fishy to me. But
As long as it didn't smell a little fishy,
yes,
you're good to go.
that's an important
Not in the bathroom.
point to make. Yes, but another, and this bathroom, we're actually getting a lot of bathroom
We're
talk.
getting pretty deep, man. We're
But-
deep into the toilets, man.
So, one thing that my friend actually mentioned was that like she felt that spending more time in the bathroom, in the toilet, doesn't feel as embarrassing in Japan as it is in the States, because like I don't know if this is, I'm not sure
Accepted?
exactly. Yeah, accepted, or like it's not questioned, I guess. And
Yeah.
I was also kind of thinking about this. It might have something to do with like, since there's so many buttons and so much to do on the toilet, like it's natural that
you think people would understand.
yeah, it would
That
be
guy's taking a
understandable.
very long time because they're pushing all the buttons.
Yeah, and sometimes you need to push the buttons more than once, and then you think you're done, but then like you're like, oh no, I need to continue, and then push the buttons again. The time can be extended by
So
that.
you have to push the washlet. You have to press
Yeah.
the music. You have to press the dryer. We
The
forgot about
dryer
the dryer.
too.
There's a
Yes,
dryer
there is.
in Japanese toilets to dry your
In
butt.
some of them, yeah.
Which I don't think, in some, yeah. Which I don't think works too great. But
I actually haven't tried it.
It's good that it's there.
Yes, it's a good
Next
option
time, try
to
it.
have.
Try it and see if you have a different experience. But
I need to try this for our listeners and give a report. How dry
Please, a
does
report
my
on the
butt
toilets.
get?
I'm telling you, man. There's a lot of listeners who would be really into this conversation. But
Well, I mean,
and there's also the adjustment.
like I said, like I'm very into this conversation. Like this is one of my passions.
Dude, I've noticed you lit up when we started talking
Right?
about toilets, man.
It's like
You were like
Japanese
you got
toilets.
super animated. And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
wow, Rosa really feels passionate about this. The way I feel about slurping ramen, you feel about
That's right.
toilets.
That's
and your
right.
Clean butts.
I mean, I'm just so happy to live in a country where like warm and washing toilets are, just a regular thing. Regular standard, like
It's an everyday.
yeah, it's just wonderful.
I feel the
Love it.
passion. I have the same. Yeah, I feel the same. Whenever I'm there, I'm like, I'm so grateful that I can wash my anus with a fresh spray of of warm water.
Uh,
It's the best feeling ever. One of the best
one
feelings
of the best
ever.
feelings. Yes.
One of life's great pleasures. But across the board, anybody who lives there, has tried it, they love it, no matter who they are.
I'm sure. I mean, as long as you kind of get past that first, like,
The first spray will make you giggle. Trust me.
what's the
Once
word?
you pass that,
The
yeah.
first once you get past
Threshold?
your like your reservations over like
Your
having
reservation,
streams, a stream of water, shoot at your behind or front because there's two.
Or front, that's right,
Yes.
yeah.
And
You can't neglect.
there's also like a massage option, which is not like an actual massage, but like it oh, not massage, what is it?
It
Like
rumbles?
move.
It like rumbles?
Sorry, not massage. Sorry. Not massage. It's a moving option.
Moving?
Yeah.
Is this
like,
a new thing?
I don't think so, but like you can press a button and like the nozzle will move. So like
Oh, the
back and
nozzle.
forth.
I thought you
Yeah,
were talking
so,
about
like,
the seat.
No. The nozzle will move
Yeah,
back and
that's right,
forth
the
so that
nozzle,
like
yeah.
it makes sure that it gets all of the crevices, the whole area, the entire area.
That is true. That is right. Because here, the one I have doesn't have that function, so I have to sort of move myself to make sure I get all of the, well, yeah, every part that I want it to get. So the move function is very convenient on the electronic ones.
Like now there's been like a few, like a website I think that lists like designer toilets that were constructed with like this toilet experience in mind. And recently, do you know the Miyashita Koen, close to Shibuya Eki?
Miyashita Koen, close to Shibuya Eki.
So there's
Keep going. Yeah.
there's a small park close to Shibuya Station, and
Okay.
I think a few years ago or so, quite recently, maybe 2 years ago, they opened a transparent public toilet there.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
It's
You know what I'm
it's the
talking
one-
about,
yeah.
right? Yeah, so
I do.
it's
I've seen video, and
it's the
so
one
you walk
that
in
like
and it's transparent. You feel like everybody can watch you, but then as soon as you lock the door, it gets foggy.
it gets opaque.
Well, it's like a opaque. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like stuff
You
like
can't
that,
see
like the dedication to this toilet culture is really admirable,
Toilet
I
culture.
think.
That's the name of this. That's the title of this episode. Toilet
Culture. Yeah, I think it's really amazing, like to go that far to be like, hey, we're gonna design like a toilet in the middle of a park, but it's gonna be really cool and really like futuristic and see-through too.
See through. That's what you can
Just
see
for good
out,
measure.
right?
Yes. Oh, can you see out?
I believe
During
so.
use?
I think that's the function of it. Because it's supposed to make you feel like you're in nature doing your business. I think that's the intention.
Oh.
So I believe you can see out.
You know what? I'm gonna need
but
to
they can't
go.
see in. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm gonna need
but
to go and
yeah, you're right there.
use
Just go.
this toilet.
Just go.
Yeah, it's
This-
like
this
I'm in
park
the area
toilet.
like every week. I'm gonna need to go use that toilet. That's what I need to do.
That's a missed opportunity, man. You got to try that out.
It is. Now I have a mission, for our listeners to get this toilet experience under my belt.
And report back.
Some of the toilets, like I remember there was also and like toilets at the service area, like at rest stops. Oh my God,
Yeah.
they are so clean.
Really, I don't recall. Oh, I did use a couple of times. Yeah.
The toilets there, like you can feel totally at ease and comfortable and secure, regardless what rest stop you go to.
Security.
That you
Security is
will
top
have
priority.
Yeah, you will have a nice clean toilet to do your business in. And
Yeah.
I think, and we can cover this later too, but I think this also ties into like the general high level of comfort of living in Japan. Like everyday mundane things are just so much better and easier.
Better than here,
Yes.
anyway.
And well, I would
Oh
say
yeah,
like,
oh yeah. It's
I mean, toilets, I don't think any place can beat Japan in that section, for sure. Not that
I
I've
wonder. I
been.
wonder.
I mean, I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
been
yeah.
to
I
any,
wonder.
or to many countries. I have not been to many countries, but I would confidently say, even with my limited experience, that nobody can beat the Japanese toilet experience.
And even if they come close, I think they have to give the respect to
Yes.
Japanese toilets for influencing them, because definitely Japan influenced other toilet cultures around the world.
Yeah, probably.
If they match up at all, yeah.
Hmm.
Like I said, this thing called tushy, definitely it's because of Japanese toilets.
Hmm. So is that an American company?
So yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Interesting.
think I could be wrong, but I believe so. Yeah, and I think there's a couple of competing companies.
Hmm.
Maybe they can sponsor this this podcast.
I think the takeaway from today's episode is
Is get your butt to Japan and clean your butt with these Japanese toilets as soon as you can. As soon as they
that's
let you
right,
in to the
and
country.
you will have the best toilet
The time of your
experience.
life.
Yes,
Time of your life.
probably, but you know,
It would
disclaimer.
definitely add to your overall good experience in Japan.
That's right. I think that's all I have to say about toilets.
Are you sure? Are you sure? 'Cause I feel like there's a lot more buried deep inside of you about toilets.
I think I'm all toileted out, but it might rear its head in like future topics that it relates to as well. You never know.
Definitely.
I might
Oh,
bring
definitely.
back the toilet
There's
talk.
a lot more.
That's right.
Oh yeah, the toilet talk.
Like
Wow.
if if we're talking about like some izakaya experience, I might be like, hey, by
Yeah.
the way, the toilets there were
Mwah, mwah, chef's kiss. Mwah. Yeah, yeah. Go to Japan. Try the toilets. You will thank us.
yes, have an
And
open mind.
think of us. Think of us when you use the toilet in Japan.
Yes, that's right. And be sure to like and comment and support us any way you can.
If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to email us at ourjapanpodcast@gmail.com.
Or if you have topics you'd like us to cover, we're totally open to that as well. So let us know.
Please rate and subscribe and give us negative comments. We prefer positive comments, but if you don't like it, let us know. And if you do like it, please let us know. And thank you. And we'll talk to you next week.
All right, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Or we
Talk
won't
to you guys
see you,
next
but
time.
Yeah. We'll talk to you
Yeah.
guys next time. All right, bye.
Bye.